welcome to this episode. Today, we're going to share with you a bit about two metals, palladium as well as platinum. As you know, platinum has always been among one of the most precious metals. As you can see from your like credit cards, right? Platinum will always be the most high
Highest
cards,
range.
yeah. And then it goes down to gold card, and then the next would be the silver card and all that, yeah. So now the thing is, as you know, platinum, you can see from this platinum ETF charts, it is actually, if you look at it, it's actually at its one all-time low. And so wanted to second just bring you to the chart of it. Yeah, so you can see that it's actually hovering around um, definitely not at its all-time high, but
Sub
if you
thousand.
avoid this dip during the COVID crisis, and it's hovering around this price. So I'd like to introduce to you Leon, to share with us a bit about the commercial usage of platinum and palladium, and how important is platinum in the automobile industry, as well as its potential use, the beta use of platinum.
Yeah. Hey, Justin. Nice to be here again. Yeah, we're just looking at the charts and we're going like, wow, things have all dropped, possibly due to the war and crisis, supply, demand, and you name it. We've had it all. So, Justin, you forgot about the black cards, man. The black cards.
The black cards. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Back to our narrative. We have seen a drop in the platinum market as well as palladium market. Uh, Platinum doing the sub thousands and palladium at the 2,000 levels. It's a decent drop, in fact, and it's back to like 6 month levels. I think it's a good entry point. So
At
we will,
1,000 plus.
yeah, at 1,000 plus. Of course, the lower the better, like everything else. I
It's 1,000 plus per ounce, right?
Per ounce,
Per
correct.
ounce, okay.
Um, it's a fair price. If you look at the pplt, which is the ETF for platinum, we are looking at about $92 as we speak. Uh, I have seen it at 79, and to me, a fair price would be around the range of 85 to 95.
Is
If
that the
you
cost of production? Is similar?
It's not really the cost of production because now there's a problem, isn't it, with
Yes,
Ukraine and Russia having this
yes.
tiff. We have not seen supply coming out, but we are talking about above the ground supply. So yeah, that's going to be another story or another episode of this whole narrative.
So the supply crunch will possibly kind of like allow the price of platinum to appreciate, you think?
I would think yes, but not so soon because to see things happen, you need a decent time frame. It won't happen within the next week and all that kind of things. You see a couple of percentages up and down swinging, but I do not see the big moves. We are looking at a possible 1.5 2 year period. Then we will see that all this supply chain to wars and all that, we will see
Okay.
the price
So
possibly
about this
appreciate.
supply chain crisis, right? What would difficult to get ample supply of platinum? What are the type of industry that are currently having or using platinum for commercial purposes?
Well,
Existing,
the main
proven
ones
ones.
would be the jewelry industry, where platinum is used. Palladium is used as the alloy to help produce white gold. Usually it's a 10% mix. Yeah, and platinum is pretty much on its own for men's ring, especially because we, we hit everything, everything.
Yeah.
The other industry would be the automotive industry, where it's used in most of the fuel cells and all these things.
A catalytic
Spark
converter,
plugs,
spark
yes,
plugs.
catalytic converters. Diesel uses a decent amount of platinum, and petrol cars use a pretty decent amount of palladium. So yeah, we are.
Palladium.
Yes, that's right. It's interchangeable, possibly. It used to be that way. A lot of beta trials going on about the
Other types of use for hydrogen, like
correct.
is it about hydrogen fuel cell as
Hydrogen
well
fuel cell is
that needs platinum?
there's a huge narrative on that. There's a big group of people, probably big thinkers looking around at this particular clean energy.
Uh,
Uh, it has been used on smaller scales, but not on the commercial basis. It's not
yes,
like
in a big
boom.
scale.
Yeah,
Yeah, not scalable yet. So platinum actually has users in jewelry, then it has users in automobile industry, and then there's this very beta possibility of able to use for
the transition
the
into yeah
hydrogen fuel
hydrogen
cell,
fuel cells.
one of the components in hydrogen fuel cell.
Correct.
And so and then at this present price is actually considered just slightly 20-30%
Yeah, well,
from the 70 plus range per based on the pplt ETFs prices.
I think
I mean
it's a
a
it's a
thousand plus.
it's a decent entry thing.
It's,
We'll need a couple of days to see whether it moves up or down.
uh,
But I'm comfortable for my own from my own perspective to start looking
if looking
looking
at
at
the
it.
physical or the ETF price, right, would you say that platinum actually is the least expensive price right now among the four precious commodity that's currently in the market, like
Well,
gold, silver?
just based on price, silver is the cheapest. But if you're looking at production price to the actual spot, then silver is not the cheapest because it doesn't work that way. So the cost of production has a bit to play on in that respect. But yes, I would say platinum would be close to
It's
yeah its production cost, and also because of its rarity, you can only find it in Russia and South Africa.
okay.
Right, so it's not as common as gold, silver, and all those kind of things. And the countries have their own little spade and problems, as we
Yeah.
all know. So yeah, I would say that personally I prefer the physical, but I do hedge or a small portion of the investment is actually in ETFs and some stocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if Leon, would you see platinum has great potential to rise in price? You know, of course, based on the war crisis and Russia being one of the exporter of platinum, and plus palladium at its all-time high, and palladium was many years ago it has replaced platinum in
Platinum.
the use of automobile industry. And do you think that platinum will, the return, you know, because it's too costly to use palladium, and plus the war crisis, there's actually considered like a good, of these two factors considered as a good opportunity for investors to nimble a bit into platinum.
Nibble a bit.
Yeah.
Uh, well, yes, and I've actually dabbled in palladium when it was in the 900s, so I've
Oh,
seen
good
it
entry.
move. Yeah, I've seen it move quite a fair bit. I believe it will remain high, um, but if
Now it's 2000,
yeah now it's
double,
2000,
2x.
we see like 3004 maybe, but I'm still a bit more swayed towards platinum because I see it chasing that number. And I think returns there, if you are willing to wait and hold, would be a bit more lucrative.
Yeah, the risk reward.
The
The
risk
risk reward.
reward, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Palladium will stay high. I'm quite sure of that. Platinum has a good potential to rise, and I think with the Justin the mentioned the war and all that, it will keep prices on the high side, and
Yeah,
to for it to go on a huge dip will be another
yeah,
COVID crisis, which we don't
yeah.
really want to see.
So actually now it's like of course you based on many analysts, right? Everyone's talking about commodities and precious metal super cycle. That's going to be that's happening already, right?
That's right. That's
So
right. I
so
mean, we've seen that happening with
yes,
copper and all this.
yeah,
It's just it's a lot
yeah.
to chew at this point in time.
Yeah, so that's okay. We will probably end here,
Yeah.
and then the summary is basically, you got two choices, platinum, you know, higher risk reward because and the upside could be just 10, 20, 30% because it's already at high price, or platinum with then you get a better risk
Yeah,
reward
better
ratio. Yeah,
possibility of
because it hasn't really gone up very much from its 70s, right? Or I mean, based on the ETF price and 1,000
I mean,
per ounce.
I should think so.
Yeah.
My I'm heavily onto more. I'm swaying towards platinum.
Okay. Okay. So thank you for listening. So stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.